like to kick things off by asking you to take just a moment to think about the future. Think about the world that we live in right now. Does it seem like we're straddling two different worlds? Kind of stuck almost between two different worlds. We've got our everyday, the present, with all sorts of legacy issues, legacy technologies, and every now and then we get a glimpse of something magical, something from the future. So at Singularity University, I get to spend a lot of time thinking about this new world, and it's an incredible time to be a human being. You know, we're really at the early stages of this massive transition that's happening. And I think one of the most exciting things is that everyone in this room, everyone listening to this live stream, all get to play a really critical role in helping shape what this future is going to be. So every day we're seeing headlines about how the world as we know it is making this profound transition. We see AI diagnosing cancers with incredible accuracy, besting the best practitioners out there. We see cargo ships experimenting with wind energy to save costs and help the environment. We see countries completely transitioning their energy ecosystem. You look at Germany, which just had 85% of their energy come from renewables. Something that 2 or 3 years ago would have been hard for us to even imagine, right? An entire country that's being driven almost entirely off renewables. We see currencies that are really redefining the meaning of money and the meaning of what commerce looks like. We have autonomous robo-builders designing and printing homes, creating affordable housing here in the US or across the country and potentially out in the solar system in the future. We have global challenges that have plagued humanity for eons that are finally being tackled due to technology and new tools. And I know it sounds super left coast, but now more than ever, what is good for the world is also really good for business. And technology can provide a path to greater opportunity for everybody. So it doesn't mean it's going to be easy, right? We know it's not going to be just up and to the right. There are plenty of very real downsides that come with new technology. And we know every time we introduce something new that there are plenty of bad actors out there who are just waiting to exploit those technologies for bad. And as technology rapidly transforms industries and institutions, there's going to be obvious winners and losers. And I think the key question that we all want to know is, how do we make sure that we're in the win column? We're one of those winners. And I think for that to happen, you really need to understand exponential technologies, and you need to understand some of these new business models. So you should be thinking about elements like blockchain, right? And how you interact with your customers and suppliers. What does it mean to do business with this new technology? Thinking about what happens as energy becomes cheaper and more plentiful. It's thinking about how you might serve the 3+ billion people who are going to be coming online over the next decade. Folks who may very well be your most important customers in the future. So how do you stay ahead of the curve? How do you make sure that you're the disruptor instead of the disrupted? And how do you avoid being Kodak? So that's really why Singularity University exists. And it's why Peter Diamandis and Ray Kurzweil came together in 2008 to found SU. Our mission is to educate, inspire, and empower individuals to use accelerating technologies to address the world's grandest challenges and create an abundant future for all. You can really think of us as part think tank, part educator, and part accelerator and creator of new companies. So Peter and Ray came together at a TED conference, and where they were both speaking. Ray had recently introduced his book, The Singularity is Near, and in it had expanded upon some work he had done around exponential technologies and the law of accelerating returns. And they started talking about this new world that was going to happen, and all this really radical and dramatic change that was going to be coming that they thought people were not ready for. There was no place really that individuals or businesses or governments could come to learn about all these different technology areas and to really prepare for what they both believed was going to be this profound period of change for humanity. And so SU was born. So Peter Diamandis is the first half of our founding equation. He's really one of the most remarkable individuals I've ever met. He is, besides his role as the chairman of SU, he is the author of Bold and Abundance. You may have read his books. He's the chairman of X Prize. He is a co-founder of Human Longevity, Planetary Resources, and just incredibly active in helping create new companies and trying to address some of the world's largest and biggest challenges. You're going to hear us talk a lot about abundance over these next 3 days. And abundance is really this notion of something going from scarcity, so where it's expensive and not easily accessible to many, to where it becomes less expensive and plentiful and readily accessible really to everyone. This is probably one of the most important things that Peter has contributed to SU. And it's very much the lens at which we look at the world. And I hope by the end of this conference, it'll be the lens that you also see the world through. So one of the things I also love about Peter is he thinks big. This is a guy who goes for the biggest problems, and he does it for altruistic reasons, for sure, but he also does it because he very much believes, and Singularity very much believes, that there are huge business problems, or huge business opportunities in solving these giant problems. So Ray Kurzweil is the other half of our founding team. He's going to be joining us on Friday. Peter will be joining us later on today. Ray is Chancellor of Singularity University. He is also an author, he's an inventor, he is an author, and a director of engineering over at Google. As you know, he's an absolutely brilliant technologist and one of the most accurate predictors of the future. He had this insight way back when, before he came out with the Singularity is Near, that more and more technologies were becoming information technologies. And once something became an information technology, it started growing exponentially. And once it started growing exponentially, it became predictable. You could kind of foresee where it might go, and you could start to think about the world in a very different way. He called this the law of accelerating returns, and that's really what has guided his ability to be able to make such accurate predictions. So we're going to dive into the technology, into exponentials a little bit later on this afternoon, but to kick things off, I wanted to take a few minutes to tell you a little bit more about Singularity University, about how we view the world. So SU is now truly a global organization. We're about 150 people in it, and we become so much more than just the law of accelerating returns. We're a benefit corporation, and we're really focused on creating a future of abundance for everyone. So we're not bystanders also. We really try to act with purpose here, leveraging exponential technologies to address these grand problems. And we try to lead courageously and to set example for positive change within the world, how you can make good things happen and build a really great business as well. And we're a global community now. We've got programs all over the world. We're a community that's focused on inclusion, collaboration, and deep, deep connection. We cultivate a critical but empathetic mindset, really focusing on science and data to make decisions that are based on evidence and logic. And we believe in being exponential, behaving with the benefit of others in mind, and using the smartest and most powerful tools to address the world's challenges, because really that's what the world needs now. All right, so enough about us and who we are. Let's talk about you and why you're here. So it's likely in my mind that you're here because you notice that the world is changing, right? Things are starting to happen faster and faster, and you have a sense that the future is not going to be like the present, it's not going to be like the past. And you want to thrive. You want your family to thrive, you want your business to thrive, and I bet you want the world to thrive as well. So this is an age really of tremendous opportunity, and it's an opportunity for us to reimagine what's possible. It's challenging though, right? As adapting to the world going through a rapid transformation has no roadmap. No one has ever been through what we're about to go through now. It's kind of scary, right? These are big, big changes that are coming. But it's so critically important that we get this next stage right. Some of the brightest minds from past and present are really reminding us that we need to do things differently. This is an important opportunity for us to pause as a world and really think about where we're going. What hasn't worked? What needs to evolve? What should the future look like? And how do we work really hard to get there? So I have to say, by nature, I'm incredibly optimistic and encouraged. And one of the really neat things about my role here at SU is I get to see incredible people every single day who are changing the world, who are overcoming adversity and really through sheer force of will are moving the planet forward, are going after some of these really big problems and are really making a big difference. And that moves me a lot, and it reminds me of the outsized impact that we all can have in changing what the world looks like. So that's why I'm here today. For my love of being around thinkers and doers, for my desire to help move the world forward in a positive direction, and for the opportunity to help audiences like you really understand what is happening in the world and that we need to play a very active role in creating this future. So we have the resources to create this abundant future. We talk about abundance and creating this amazing world. There's no question, there's more than enough to make this all happen. We could house everyone, clothe everyone, educate everyone, feed everyone if we wanted to. It's really just a matter of deciding that we want to do that and that we're going to work hard to doing it and reallocating our resources to make that happen. So at SU, we're very much focused on trying to make that happen. So over the next 3 days, we're going to give you a lot to think about. And I hope you'll think about the inputs that affect your business and think about what happens as they double in capacity, so as they grow exponentially and they decrease in cost. Try to imagine what your business is going to look like in 2 or 3 doublings, when your basic inputs are radically more powerful and less expensive. When you can put sensors on everything, when energy is almost free, when you can design pollution directly out of your products. There's a potential for a radically new world and radically new products and services and radically new businesses, right, as these technologies continue to increase in capabilities and decrease in cost. So I hope by the end of Exponential Finance, you'll be thinking more about the opportunities ahead of you, about your businesses, and the role that you can play in moving the world forward, how you and your business can do good by doing well. And if you can accomplish that, I think you'll very much be on your way to embracing an abundant mindset and being truly exponential. So with that, I want to, again, welcome you to Exponential Finance. It's really great to have you here. We appreciate your time and appreciate you joining us. So thank you.